Hey, Kieran Colton here, and today I wanted to talk about how you can cover a bit more ground if you're in a band setting and really fill out your rhythm playing. So what I'm getting at here is this idea of implying things on the guitar that would typically be played by other instruments, right? So the examples I've got today are these really great horn parts you can put into your playing, and that's that's going to be really fun because your band's going to be hearing guitar parts coming from you, but then these horn parts popping out as well. So let's get into it. I've got 3 examples for you. The first 2 are more horn fills, and then the last one is what I was playing in the introduction, which is sort of a part that runs all the way through the 12-bar progression. So the first example, the first fill, the way it's going to work, the structure of this is you're going to play typical rhythm parts for the first 2 bars. So we have, and then we have the fill, right? So we have, right, so let's look at this fill and how we're going to do it. So we're working with these pairs of notes, right? You can almost think of it as, the notes on the G string would be a saxophone part, so, and on the B string would be a trumpet part. You put them together, you have. But we want to add a bit more bluesy phrasing to it. So what we're going to do is slide into that first pair, and then we have 5/5 just as normal, and then we're going to hammer on with the next pair. We're going to hammer on from 3 to 4 while we've got the index finger barred over the B and G string as well. Good. So all together we have. Great, so then the next 2 bars we keep playing, a typical rhythm part. So we go up to the 4 chord. We play the fill again over bars 7 and 8. So it's going to be the same fill. Then we get to bar 9, so we get to the 5 chord. We play. Slight variation here because we're landing on the 5 chord, so we need to slightly adjust what we're doing. So we're going to start out the same, and then we finish on. Great. Okay, so that was the first example. Now the next example, we're going to build it the same way in terms of the structure of the 12 bar. It's all going to happen in the same places, but we've just got a different part now. So we have first 2 bars. So this fill, now we're adding another note in there, almost like, we're adding a trombone now. So we have this shape here, and we're going to slide into that. And then the next shape is the same thing, but we're just moving everything down 2 frets, right? And so we're alternating between those 2 shapes with this passage. So. Right, you got that? So then we go into our next 2 bars of rhythm. Play that, that's the same thing as what we just did before, but that was over the bar 7 and 8. And then bar 9 up to the 5 chord. Mistake there. That should be. So again, it's starting out the same, but then we're varying a little bit to land on the 5 chord. Right, there we go. Great, so they're the first 2 examples of fills. Now let's break down what I was doing in the introduction. So I was going like this. Okay, so this is based around the same lots of pairs that I was using in the first example, but now we're going in a different direction. We're ascending, right? So and I'm going to slide into that that 4 and 3, 5 and 5, and now when we get to this next pair, the 7 and 6, I'm going to slide into it, and then also use a tremolo technique, right? So now, if you've never done that before, that's something for another lesson. I can't get into that right now, but that's what I'm doing, right? Now go back down and use the same idea, same hammer-on idea I did in the first example. So we have. Right, so then we do that again over the next second bar. Go up to the C chord, 4 chord, I'm just going to symmetrically move everything I did there up so it starts here on the 9th and 8th fret. And then we go back to the 1 chord, so back to what we were doing over the G. Good, now when we get to this D7, the 5 chord, I'm going to play this. And then moving down to the C chord, I'm going to do the same thing but as the D, but just move it all down 2 frets, right? So and then to land on the G again, I'm going to go these hammer-ons, right? Then to finish it off, just do a turnaround. There you go, I've broken that down. If you want to hear it all together, you can go back to the introduction, and there you go. That's a great way to start adding these sort of horn sounds, these Chicago blues kind of sounds into your playing. So have fun with that. Merry Christmas, and I'll see you in the next one in probably the new year. So have a good one, happy holidays, and hopefully you get some time to sit down with the guitar, got some time off, and get stuck into some of this stuff. So cheers.